Something that's been on my mind lately, for a while in fact, is the current today's society, and especially in the United States, and how broken everything at least seems to me with regards to the family and how corrupt everything seems to me. I seem to have to watch my back every step of the way. 2 years ago, I was a victim of identity fraud. Someone tried to file for unemployment in my name. And then probably about, say 6 months later, somebody stole a credit card out of my box, my mailbox, and tried to use it. I found out later through a prosecutor who had called me. I don't know if it was a prosecutor or somebody called me regarding the theft of my credit card, that they had caught the person and they'd done multiple crimes, multiple thefts of identity stealing, including credit cards. I guess what brought this kind of to a head of what I am thinking of a broken society is just simple things. A couple weeks ago, I had a waitress short me on change, which I don't eat out that much. And then last night for Father's Day, I went out to eat with my daughter. And the waitress tried to charge other items to the bill, which I caught. And you could say, well, that's an honest mistake. But she didn't even look at the bill. She crumpled it up and walked away and got me the correct bill. Now, you look at that and you go, how do you know what's on that bill already? There was a $17 difference on that bill. Considering that I usually tip either 20% plus for a bill that was $44 and it should have been $27. Now, what do you think that waitress would have done? Well, my mind runs in circles and goes, well, she would have gave me my change out of her tips, went back, changed the bill to what it actually was, and pocketed the $17 difference. And you'd say, well, you're kind of jumping to conclusions here. And no, I don't think I am. Based on her reaction, based on how she handled the situation, I think very well she knew exactly what she did. Which kind of comes to my point about the current day society and how we've come so lost. A lot of it has to go back to family. The family in the United States is so broken, especially in the black community, where my understanding is 75% of the children born don't have a father. Well, of course they have a father, but they're not in their lives. And over 25% of the others, white people and others, are born without a father. And you have to think, why is that? And a lot of people don't understand where that comes from. Why are so many men absent? Why? It's very simple in my mind. And my almost 6 decades on this planet, of living through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, up to the current date, family was definitely more important back then. Middle class was strong, and there wasn't so much greed and so much corruption. Yeah, there were a lot of people that were doing the wrong things. And it just changed over time. Too many people just felt like they were owed something. Hard work went out the door. Getting a job went out the door. Needing to contribute to society went out the door. Everybody now just feels privileged. Like the government owes them something. We should have reparations. Oh, it's Pride Month. Really? Why isn't it Veterans Month? What about the guys that fought in World War I and World War II and all the other wars? What about them guys that are dead? You give them a day? You give them a day. This is Pride Month, June. Okay. I kind of understand that you want to try to keep these people from offing themselves. And is it working? Going back to the family business, why is the families breaking up like it is? Well, women have so many options now, so many opportunities now, and even the slightest problems become mountains to overcome. And I have experience. I was married for 10 years. And when I got married, I was the best man in the world from the eyes of my wife. And over time, that changed. Just little things. And I was a good husband. And I started to learn how to do things. I'd take care of things, but it wasn't enough. I rewired the house. I put in 23 windows in the house myself. Nobody helped me. I put in a new door, screen door, painted every room, painted every door, rebuilt a bathroom with a jacuzzi in it. It wasn't a big house. It's Cape Cod, and yeah, it had a lot of windows, believe it or not. But there was so many things that I did and learned how to do, but it was never appreciated and never enough. And my wife became more and more dissatisfied with me. And even created a story which is not I'm going to cover totally. Maybe not at all. Anyways, we wound up having a very big disagreement in which I divorced her. And she tried to kick me out of my daughter's life, citing that I was the AB word. I won't say the word because, YouTube and its algorithm and issues. So I was temporarily kicked out of my daughter's life until I sued my ex-wife to be, for defamation of character and malicious intent. That's another story. But the point being that so many women become disillusioned, and so many people become disillusioned with what they think they are owed in life. Hard work is just something other people do. You see this fire pit? Nobody else built that but me. You see this patio? Sure, manufacturer made the block, but I put it in. Oh, I have extra stone over there. But you see that wall over there? I built that. You see those two windows? I put those in. See the wall? I built that. I didn't have help from anybody else. And I have another wall in the back, and there are hundreds of other projects I've done. The point being is, I had a father in my life. One who worked hard. One who instilled values in my life. Maybe not all the values people think I should have. Maybe I should be more compassionate in life. Maybe I should be more empathetic. Which, technically, that's all gone from me. At least as far as society goes. It is eating itself. Now, I had a mother and father. I was lucky. I had a good mother and a good father. And my point goes back to family. And I pointed out earlier the single parent thing with the mothers being single parents, but how did that evolve? Well, it all goes back to courts. Courts and attorneys. The domestic courts are a pariah of greed and financial rape of men. It is nothing but a family breaker. They have no interest in restoring families. They have no interest in helping men, period. understand that in the United States and a lot of other countries, when a divorce is filed, the man is screwed beyond repair. Any accusations are dealt with vilification. The man is vilified beyond repair, whether the accusations are true or not, and most of them are not. I was accused of everything under the sun. None of it was true. Thus why I filed in the civil court for defamation of character and malicious intent. And I posted that information online, and that was 17 years ago. I'm hoping Johnny Depp read some of my information, and that's why he went after Amber Heard so viciously to clear his name, because technically I cleared mine. As you're called abusive, as you're called various things to the domestic courts who don't care. They don't care about you. They only want your money. What can you contribute? Keep in mind, they get grant money. They get state grant money. They get federal grant money for the number of people that they keep in their clutches. CSEA, Child Support Enforcement Agency, is tied right into the courts. They get poundage for every man that they take money from. Poundage is money they get. And how about the mental health part of what they do? Oh, they test people. Court orders them to be tested. Well, guess what? Those judges are a partner in the place that's that's part of the testing facility. Wake up. I paid $2,000 during my divorce to get mentally tested. $2,000. 16 years ago. Interesting. No conflict of interest there, huh? And then you have the other mental health agencies that are tied into the courts. Judges are partners of, especially those that are of criminal issues, but I won't cover those here. Keep in mind, it's all about money. And the family, and breaking it up is big business. Billions of dollars every year. But so many people don't understand that. So many people want to ignore that. In places like YouTube and all the media outlets, they ignore it. Why? Because they're a part of the problem. They're a part of the ignorance. The destruction of the family in the United States is getting lower and lower every day. And there's no way out. Anyways, it's a rant I wanted to cover, an idea I wanted to cover. Hope you enjoyed. If you got questions, post them down below. Subscribe if you like my content. If you don't, that's on you. Piss off.